Hello and welcome to Talking Flutes Bitesize. This week we're going to take a very brief look at one of the most influential figures in the evolution of the flute, Theobald Boehm, spelt B-O-E-H-M. The flute, as we know, is an ancient instrument, a musical instrument that has a rich history with various advancements and innovations over the centuries. Among the many influential figures in this evolution is Theobald Boehm, as he stands out as one of the most prominent and impactful. Theobald Boehm was a German flute maker and flute player who made significant contributions to the design and construction of the flute, revolutionising its key system, its embouchure, and its overall playability. His innovative ideas and invention have made a lasting impact on the flute world, making him a pivotal figure in the history of flute manufacture. In this brief bite-sized pod, we'll delve into the life, work and legacy of Theobald Boehm, exploring his important contributions to the flute and his lasting influence on flute making. Theobald Boehm was born on April the 9th, 1794 in Munich, Germany. He grew up in a musical family with his father, a goldsmith and amateur flute player, exposing him to music from a very young age. Theobald showed prodigious talent as a flute player and quickly gained recognition as a virtuoso performer. He made his debut as a flute player at the tender age of 16, and his exceptional playing skills earned him a reputation far and wide as one of the leading flute players of his time. Apart from his musical talent, Theobald Boehm also had a keen interest in mechanics and engineering. He possessed a deep understanding of the physics of sound and the mechanics of the wind instruments. This combined knowledge of music and engineering would later serve as the foundation for his groundbreaking work in flute making. During his life, he made significant innovations in flute system design, the embouchure, and its overall construction, which have made a lasting impact on flute playing and performance. So let's have a quick look at some of his most important contributions. Boehm's key system. One of Boehm's most significant contributions to flute making was his revolutionary key system design. During his time, flutes had a complex and cumbersome key system that made playing technically challenging and limited the flute's potential for expressiveness. Boehm's innovative key system, known as the Boehm system or the Boehm-Mendeler system, replaced the traditional key design with a more efficient and ergonomic system. The Boehm system featured individual keys for each finger, which allowed for a more precise and responsive playing experience. The keys were also positioned in a way that made it easier to play in different keys and facilitated advanced playing techniques. Boehm's key system greatly improved the playability of the flute and expanded its expressive possibilities, making it a much more versatile instrument. Theobald Boehm also made significant innovations to the embouchure, which, as we know, is part of the flute that the flute player blows into. He introduced a conical embouchure shape, which replaced the traditional cylindrical shape. The conical embouchure shape allowed for better control of intonation and tone, resulting in a more focused and resonant sound. Boehm also experimented with various metals for the embouchure hole, including ivory, silver and gold, to further enhance the flute's tonal qualities. His embouchure innovations resulted in a much more refined and expressive tone quality, setting a new standard for flute sound production, which the flute players of the time loved. In addition to his key system and embouchure innovations, Boehm also made improvements to the overall construction of the flute. He introduced a cylindrical bore design, which replaced the conical bore of earlier flutes. The cylindrical bore provided a more consistent and even tone throughout the flute and made it much easier to play in tune across all registers. Boehm also experimented with different materials for the flute's body, such as wood, metal, and combinations of both. He discovered that metals such as silver and gold had better acoustic properties than wood, leading to the development of metal flutes that became so popular for their improved tonal quality and durability. His experiments with materials and construction techniques helped to refine the design and manufacturing process of the flute, resulting in a much more consistent and reliable instrument. In addition to his technical innovations, Boehm also made significant contributions to flute pedagogy. He wrote instructional books and treatises on flute playing, including Die Flöte und das Flutespiel, The Flute and Flute Playing, which became a standard reference for flute players and teachers of his time. In these works, Boehm shared his insights on flute technique, tone production and musical interpretation, providing valuable guidance for aspiring flute players of the time. Boehm's innovations had a profound influence on flute playing and performance. The improved playability of the flute, thanks to his key system and embouchure innovations, opened up fantastic new possibilities for expression, virtuosity and technical agility. Flute players could now play more complex and demanding repertoire with greater ease and accuracy, and explore a wider range of tonal colours and dynamic contrasts. Furthermore, Boehm's contributions to flute writing have had a lasting impact on flute education. His instructional books and treatises have become valuable resources for flute teachers, providing guidance on technique, interpretation and performance practice. His emphasis on correct technique, tone production and musicianship has influenced generations of flute players, shaping the way the flute is taught and learned today. Boehm's legacy also extends to his influence on other woodwind instruments. His key system design has been adapted and used in the construction of others, such as the clarinet and oboe, improving their playability and performance capabilities. His innovative ideas have therefore had a ripple effect across the woodwind family, further solidifying his importance as a pioneer in instrument making. Theobald Boehm's legacy as a flute maker and flute player is undeniable. His innovations and insights have influenced the way flutes are designed, played and taught, making him a pivotal figure in the history of this instrument. His pioneering work has earned him a lasting place in the pantheon of flute makers, and his contributions continue to impact the world of music today. It's this groundbreaking work which has elevated the flute to new heights of excellence and continues to inspire flute players around the world. Thank you, Theobald. Talking Flutes and Talking Flutes Extra are podcast productions by the Trevor James Flute Company. For more information, visit trevorjamesflutes.com.